In this video on opportunity-related functionality within Microsoft Dynamics 365 for Sales, we're going to cover off the goals functionality. Now, give that a little bit of context. Obviously, we work on opportunities in the system, but often that's in the context of a goal, for example, a sales target or a sales quota, and that's what the goals functionality manages. Now, this is one in a series we've done specifically on opportunity-related functionality. You can see links to others in the series below. Also, if you've got any suggested content ideas or you need any help with Microsoft Dynamics, please see links for those below as well. Anyway, let's go into the system and I'll show you what I mean by sales goals. Now, I just navigated to the goals area in the system. Would point out, certainly at the time of filming, this is a sales enterprise feature rather than a sales professional feature. So if I go to goals, I can see I've actually displaying my goals for this period, and I've got two goals here. One is for me personally, for my Q3, which we're in at the moment, and my team goal for Q3 as well. So those are the two goals that are relevant to me. I'm going to go into those in a minute, but what I'm going to show is creating a new goal, and I'll set up my Q4 goal. So in order to do that, I just click on the new button within the goals area. I'll give that a name. I'll just pick that up. I'm not going to specify a parent goal at this stage. The key thing I do need to do is select a goal metric. Now, goal metrics are sort of managed in the background in the system. It's not something maintained specifically by the admin, but you need the appropriate security rights to build goal metrics. And the system's very flexible. It allows you to have a range of goal metrics, but obviously, as we're talking about opportunities, this is going to be a financial goal metric that we're going to be using. So if I select the appropriate goal metric, the one I need is revenue. So if I just select that and then put myself down as the goal owner on that, if I now save the record, and I've got all these tabs which I'll fill out in a minute or go through in a minute, but one thing I will do is explore in the background. So I've got that goal metric, and that links to a goal metric record, and I'll just explore that. So I'll click on that and I'm going to go into that goal metric record. As you can see, I've got a goal metric record. It gives me a bit of information about it. It's called revenue. It's an amount. It tracks money. It allows me to have a stretch target. If I want one, I can get rid of that if I don't want that. And then the important part really is what constitutes that. What are the roll-up fields? So it's broken into two areas. Actual money. So that's going to be actual revenue based on the actual close date within the fiscal period we're looking at. And then what we call in-progress money, which is deals that could be closed within the period. So we've got the flexibility to define exactly what we're tracking, and it might not be the actual revenue, it might be actual margin or something like that, whatever's appropriate to you, but you've got the flexibility to set that up. I'll just come back out of that. I just wanted to show how that was set up in the background. The next tab I've got is time period, and it's picked up by default that I've got fiscal periods set up in the system. I could do a custom period of time if I want to, but as I've got those set up, I'll keep those going. Quarter 3, it's picked up as a default. It's actually quarter 4 I want to pick up. I want to set up. I'm happy with financial year 2025, and it's automatically picked up the date of that fiscal period, 1st of the 10th to 31st of the 12th. So that's all good. Next thing it's asking me to do is define my actual target, which I'm going to put in as 120,000. Child goals I'm not going to fill out. I'll show you how that's done when we run through the team goal record shortly. Actuals it won't fill out because this is just a future one at this stage. Again, I'll show that in a minute. And then I've got the abilities to specify goal criteria. So I could say, does it effectively, do I just want to roll up from the child records? Ignore that. do I just want to roll up from the child records, or do I want to include my own forecast if I'm using child records? And do I just want to include records that are owned by the goal owner, or do I want to choose all? If I want to, I can add some effectively some roll-up queries to refine what I'm reporting on. So for example, if I only wanted to include actual revenue for deals over, say, £5,000, I could set that up here. I'm not going to do that, but on this occasion, but that is available to you. So let's save and close that. I'll effectively set that up, and I'll go into the one I've set up previously, which is for the team. And if I click on that, let's go through that. So very similar to what we've set up before for Q3, for Q4 earlier. And we can see that fiscal period this applies to. We've got the target, which is 200,000 for this fiscal period. Now in this particular case, I've got some child goals here. So effectively what it's saying is, this is the team record, and these are the team members whose performance is effectively being rolled up into the team performance. So there's myself and there's Mark. We've both got a target of 100,000. I've achieved 115% of mine. Well done me. Mark's only achieved 26% of his. But we can see exactly what goals are rolling up into this team performance. I can look at the actual performance. Now, this sort of runs on a periodic basis, which is set up by your admin. So it's not real time. If you want to recalculate it, you can just click the recalculate button, and it'll just go away and just quickly check for you and re-roll up the data and give you the latest totals, which haven't changed because I haven't changed anything since that was last run. The goal criteria we've touched on. Obviously I've got the ability to add notes to this, and then the other element to this is the participating records. So if I click on that tab, I can see the actual deals, the actual related opportunities that make up the performance so far in terms of what's actually been achieved. But if I click on that, change that to in progress, I can see ones that actually sort of fall into the potential to close within this fiscal period, for example. So that's really a sort of run through of the goals functionality as such. If I go back to the views area, I have the means of showing charts of this data, for example, so I can look at the percentage achieved by myself at 115% of target, well done me, and then the team's performance so far is 71% of target, but we're sort of midway through, well, probably about a third of the way through the fiscal period. So actually I'm tracking, it's saying on my target, today's target would be to have hit 40% of target, and our team's actually at 71. So we're actually performing well. I can look at other views on this goal progress against money, for example. So I've got these various graphical representations of our opportunity performance against goals, and we can also see that sort of data appearing in the dashboards area. So if I go to the sales performance dashboard, I can see progress against goals in various formats within that dashboard. Anyway, hopefully that's been a helpful introduction to the goals functionality within Dynamics. I don't think this is a feature you can't live without, but if you've got it, it's really flexible, it's pretty easy to set up, and I think it's a really useful tool to help sellers and sales managers sort of understand how they're performing in context of the overarching goals. So I think it's well worth setting up if you've got if it meets your sort of particular set of requirements. Anyway, as I say, this is one of a series we've done focused on opportunity related functionality. You can see links to others in the series below. So if you've got suggested content ideas or you need any help with Microsoft Dynamics, please see the links below. Anyway, thanks very much for your time for today, and hope to see you again soon.